Let's begin by talking to you, Sister Beck, about why questions have become so important to you. You've spent a long part of your administration in the church talking about a lot of questions. You go to live venues and you take questions. You answer people's cards and letters. You come on the Mormon channel every week and every month and we do questions and answers. You've devoted a lot of your time to answering people's questions. Why did you do that?
I think questions are important. I've always been fascinated with questions in the scriptures. I'm fascinated with Joseph Smith's question and what the result of that was, and I'm fascinated with the Savior's questions to us. So I've done studies of reading the scriptures and writing down what are the things the Savior asks us in the scriptures, because I think those are important questions. So if the questions are important to the Lord, then they should be important to us. I think questions facilitate learning. I heard one of the apostles say that those who participate in asking and answering questions participate in a revelatory experience. So that, to me, was a desire to learn more. I also, as the Relief Society president, going around the world and visiting sisters, I started to hear the questions. So most of the meetings I'm in with sisters center around questions.
I've heard you say that. I came to one of the general leadership trainings at Salt Lake, and you said the teaching happens not when you're pontificating, but when you're asking questions and people are responding.
I think it's very important. It's how the Lord engages us in learning with the Spirit.
Yeah.
So if I have a stake center of 1,000 sisters, I know some of those sisters came with questions. I always encourage them to take a moment before we really get going with the meeting to write down the questions they came with and pay particular attention to the answers they get in those settings. And then some of them are brave enough to come up and ask their question. And if we start with 4 to 8 questions, they're usually enough to help us start learning together about the things that are relevant and important to the people who came with